Okay, guys, take your seats. We're starting the press conference of Austria, and welcome Cesar, and welcome Stefan. Yeah, just there, please. So we have Cesar, Sampson, and Stefan, the head of delegation from Austria. Welcome to Lisbon.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Good that you're happy. First impressions of your rehearsal. How was it?
It was overwhelming. We had a lot of concept, and when you see it like physically, it was just beautiful to watch. I was happy. We can really go. We know where to go from here, and yeah, that's all there is to say about it.
So I was saying in my introduction that you helped Bulgaria reach fourth and second place. So this is really from the backstage to the spotlight now for you. Was this a dream of yours to come to the Eurovision stage to represent your country, Austria, and to be the main singer?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a dream so much. I have a habit of just kind of taking things as they come. And during the 2016 and 2017 Eurovision Song Contest, I just got a taste. I got a taste for it, and people seemed to smell that I might be interested in it, and just kept prompting me about it. And at the end of 2017, I was just really psyched to go, you know.
So do you think that this previous experience is actually now helping you because you know the drill, you know this sort of press conference, rehearsals?
Absolutely, yeah.
So is it making you feel more safe and easygoing about the whole thing?
Well, not just safe. I just know I have a space where I can enjoy myself. Enjoy myself.
Oh, that's very good. So you're actually already able to enjoy yourself without all the nerves and the pressure. Can you tell us a bit more? I mean, I know that many of them already know you, but about your musical background, how was it, and also about the process of composing this song.
Okay, just real quick. I'm an artist's son. I have a choreographer father and a pianist, composer, singer mother. That's how I grew up. Started working in professional musical projects when I was like 10 years old or something. At age 20, I felt it's time to learn other things. Went into like social work. Just discovered my passion for helping people and for helping improving people. Then I got into sports sciences, just to understand myself better and get more in contact with my own physical presence. And then during all that time I still wrote music and coached singers, and now I come back full circle to where I actually started.
And specifically about Nobody But You.
Nobody But You, like Nobody But You, the first sentence, Lord, I'm gonna get so high too. That came right when we came back from 2016 from Stockholm, and we just played. How would we do it if we were to actually do it? How would we do it? And Sebastian Armin and me, we sat in that grand piano and just imagined, okay, you're on an elevated place and it's dark and you're all alone, and what are you going to say? Lord, I'm going to get so high. So that's, visually we just painted that picture. So we knew the song was going to start with Lord, I'm going to get so high tonight. But the rest, you know, where is it going? It was a journey for us to. I had to go back from concepting to actually being, you know, just being there and being myself. And what do I want to say? You know?
Quite surprising that it's a work in progress since 2016 until now. And actually, the way you were describing it, it's also what we can see on stage. So you're really elevated and dark, and then you're just singing the rest of the song. That is great. So is it true that you, in your Twitter passwords, was "I will represent Austria in 2018"?
That is actually true. My dear friend Vasil, who was in the press team for Bulgaria, he handled my Twitter, and he didn't tell me that my new password is that, and that was in, let's say, early 2017, I think, and he proved to be right, you know. It's amazing.
Wow,
actually.
That's really amazing. Also, to keep it in the family, you talked about your parents, but I also know that your aunt was part of a super famous group in the 80s called Pepsi and Shirley. I don't know if you heard about them. They were the backing singers in Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, and they had this enormous hit, Heartache. Did she influence you? Are you still in touch? Does she know that you're here? Does she like your song? That's so exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it was really interesting for me to know that even like a distant relative to me, somebody who wasn't around, was still. I mean, that is just my family just was like that. My mom, I had my dad, and I had this aunt who was touring all over the world. And every now and then she would come by Vienna, and I would just hop into the tour bus and just play PlayStation or whatever they had there. And also later when she was the lead singer for Mike Oldfield and stuff like that. So she was just the extra special aunt, you know.
The super special celebrity aunt in the family. That's right. Okay, guys, questions. If there's any Austrian press, we would give preference. If not, we just go someone else. There in the back.
Hey Cesar, Sebastian Diaz from wiwibloggs.com. Congratulations on some amazing staging today.
Thank you.
So you work very closely with SemiFinal. Were you ever considered to be part of the Bulgarian team this year? And if not, would you have considered it if you weren't working with Austria this year?
Well, Symphonics, I'm also part of Symphonics, and this year I was just set on being the lead singer. I just felt after 2017 I'm really going to do this. Especially I'm a bit like superstitious. There was just some signs out there, just numbers, and Lisbon being like a special place for me to perform. I always had like magical things happen on stage in Lisbon and in Portugal in general. So I just felt I would be very surprised if it's going to be another, assistance role this year around. So just felt it, you know.
The stars are aligned for Cesar. Yeah, here in front.
Hello, Cesar.
Hi.
I'm Sebastian from Destination Eurovision Poland. You make us curious for the very first moment that you were announced as a representative of Austria this year. I'm reading your description about the song, and we haven't heard it before, about Bloody Heart of Georgia and using so many amazing descriptions. Right now, when the song is on and so many people love it because it's so phenomenal, what kind of new descriptions, how you can much more describe the songs from you, from your personal point, from your heart?
My song, since it was written over such a long time, the meaning it changed. It's an accumulative meaning. At first it was, okay, where do I come from? What did I bring back to the stage? 10 years, no solo singing, just production. So what did I learn? You know, like find yourself, get in contact with people, connect, help, support, and then come back and show what you learned. So it could be nobody but you, meaning get in contact, get in touch with yourself. It could be nobody but you, connect with people, nobody but you know. And it could also be nobody but you, something higher, you know, something that transcends.
So there's really like a spiritual side to the song, but also like a romantic.
Exactly.
It could go either way.
Exactly. It is both.
Right. It's both at the same time. Okay. There in the back, from Bulgaria.
Yeah. Как си?
Много добре. Здравей, Cesar. Hello, Cesar. So my question is, because your voice is so powerful and you've also been a vocal coach in the past, is there something special that you do to keep your voice intact? Thank you.
It's a good question. Thank you. I was lucky with my voice, definitely. So it's not just from nothing. But after I had my sports diploma, I understood that singing is not magic. It's not magic that it's one day it's good and the other day it's bad. There's actual structural things that make this happen. So I understand the value of practice, of preparation, of rest, of diet, you know, all those things, they affect the voice just as much as any other activity. And this gave me a much better, you know, control over my performance. I had, like, even when I was 17, I had days where I was just great, and then other days when I was just nothing, you know. And, and these days I can make sure that doesn't happen, you know. That's it.
And during this crazy Eurovision week, do you manage to, you know, like do some sports or just relax?
Actually,
are you doing it?
Actually, I have set myself some very specific daily goals.
Let's hear about it.
Today in the morning at 6:30 I was at the gym.
Wow,
it's a 24-hour gym in our hotel, so lucky. And I just put some work in, like 45 minutes, and I went to breakfast, and it was great.
If you like to run, it's great to run along the river.
Yes.
Yeah, you should try it. It's really, really good here. Yeah, there in the back.
Hi Cesar, Alistair Birch from Eurovision. Can you explain to us what you have against Christmas trees? And what does that say about your attitude to life?
Where did you research that? Well, I'm a huge admirer of nature. I would rather not kill anything or anyone if it can be avoided, and that includes trees. It's really weird, but that's how I feel. So, especially if it's something so insignificant as a custom, and a custom that it doesn't matter one bit to our feeling and mood if we cut down a tree for it or not. So I'd rather not do it. Yeah, that's all there is to it.
Great question. Just a question for the head of delegation. Austria hosted the contest pretty recently. Are you ready to visit again?
Yes, for sure.
Do you think that is a possibility?
For sure, it was a great experience 2015, and it would be a great pleasure to be the host again for Eurovision.
Maybe in Linz?
Yes, I don't know if they have
Is
the
there
structures.
if there's a venue which is...
It would be beautiful.
If there is a venue, I totally support that.
Bring it to Linz. Okay, another question here.
Hello Cesar, Team Austria, JP from Radio International. I have a question. You are a songwriter, a lyricist, a vocal producer, now a lead artist. Where's your preference more? And my second question is, are you going to work on an album to bring your great music to us?
Okay, for the first question, I have a range of things that I enjoy doing, but I always focus on one thing at a time. So right now, putting myself out there occupies all my vital and creative energy. There's much to do in the transition from studio work to stage work back to my origins. So that's all that is on my mind right now. As far as records are concerned, we have a plan for the rest of the year, a release plan. It's going to involve a 5-song release. We're not going to go for a traditional album. In my opinion, it's not the time for albums anymore. You have to be a bit faster than that. So yeah, that's that.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, there.
Hello. Yes, I'm Simon from Polish Radio Newsletter. First of all, I have to tell you that I'm in love in your voice. Really, it's amazing, and it would be disaster for Austria not to qualify with your song. But tell me, what do you expect from this very strong semi-final we have this year?
What can you expect, or what do I expect? Well, I don't mind any semi-final. I think I never worried. I always just focused on doing good, and I think the rest of my team does the same. And I think if we don't make it, it's not because the semi-final was hard, it's because we were below our capabilities, you know. And if we reach our capabilities, then we don't have to worry about that.
Did you meet last year's contestant from Austria, Nathan Trent?
Yeah.
Did he give you any advice on how to deal with all this? Of course, you're experienced, but
well, Nathan basically did this. I know you already know this, but
let me tell you again.
Don't let them stress you, blah blah. So I was like, yeah, I'm with you on all of that. And he just said, I know you know.
I know you know. You know that I know that you know. Okay. I actually shared the opinion that you have such a beautiful voice, not just the singing voice, but actually when you talk, it's also a very interesting voice. Would you share with us, and I'm sure everybody wants to hear you, an a cappella version of your song?
Sure.
Thank you.
Lord, I'm gonna get so hot tonight. I'm gonna let the floodgates open wide. I'm in open waters. This is what I need. And they'll try to get you off of my mind. And I get no sleep. I'm in too deep. I can't let you leave. It would be right letting you go, running away from life. Ain't nobody but you I can hold on to. So am I wrong, giving my all, making you stay tonight? Ain't nobody but you I can hold on to. Nobody but you. I started off a bit high.
It was perfect to my ears. Thanks so much. There ain't nobody like Cesar. A big applause for him, and thank you for coming.